What is up, my dude and dudettes, and welcome back to TellerTube. In today's video, we're going to be looking at the subreddit r/choosingbeggars. If you're new to my channel, be sure to subscribe so you can stay up to date with my latest videos. And with that being said, sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Guy gets upset because I won't fix it for free. So I work as a luthier at a local guitar center. Periodically, I'll get a customer that comes in and wants my advice for me to touch something up of theirs or fix their mistakes for free. But this one took the cake. Guy brought in the bass guitar that have the output jack wires ripped off. He didn't know that, but I ripped it open and showed him that the cavity had mangled wires in it that were ripped off of the output jack. While it wasn't much, there is a fee to repair this. When I told the guy the fee, he just stared at me blankly and goes as follows. Choosing beggar. But I didn't bring any money. Well, I can fix it while you go get the money. You can even pick it up later this week. But it's just a wire. And choosing beggar proceeds to stare at me blankly. Come on, man, just fix it. I certainly can. It will be $24 and that includes me adding a new lock washer so this issue will not happen again. Dude, I play at church. The bass is for my church. Come on, man. Really? That's awesome. I also play at my church and fix and repair many of our team's instruments. I also service instruments for many churches all over the city. All of them seemingly are more than happy to pay me. Seriously? Dude, it's just those wires. You could easily go in there and just put them back on and we would be finished. Why are you being rude about this? Listen, this is my job and this is what I do to make money. You are asking me to lose money for my time and years of expertise to repair your instrument at no charge. The fact that you are asking me to do work for free is rude. If you aren't going to be paying, then I won't be fixing it. The choosing beggar then proceeds to stand there for the next 3.5 minutes staring at me and his bass before picking it up and going, "Nah man, forget it. You're being ridiculous and I ain't about that." Normally, I actually would have addressed this with a setup as I typically give people to hook up all the time and work with them to give them a better experience. But I certainly am not going to give someone a freebie when they clearly didn't want to pay me. I probably would have even bargained for a deal with him, but he wasn't interested in a deal and only me putting that wire on for free. He had a whole bag of things that he had purchased with him in the mall, so I knew that payment wasn't exactly out of the question. Oh, chief. Hey man, do you think you can fix my whole guitar? But I'm not gonna pay you. It's apparently unloyal to get paid for your services. Okay, so I can't say a ton about this because this is currently a court matter and my boss is a literal lawyer, but I can say enough to give a good idea of how a-holy this whole situation is. So some context, I work for a tax realty company and as vaguely as I can be, I'm one of the higher office administrators for the tax side. I'm a licensed realtor for the realty side, but that's not important to the story. I deal with a ton of clients and the government in multiple forms every day. My boss is a tax attorney and a kick-ass lawyer at that. The company does really well. Enter our choosing beggar. This a-hole has been a client for us for 2+ years and stopped paying his bill for our services last year. So, his file plopped on my desk and I got the fun task of sending reminders, invoices, and finally, a certified demand letter signed by my boss demanding payment or we will be suing. Now, my boss is way too nice of a guy and continued to help this client even though he was ignoring everything about the bills. We had read receipts about the invoices and the demand letter was signed by him when it was delivered, so we had more than enough proof that he knew he needed to pay. We served him last week. His wife ended up getting it since the account is under her name and the dude flips out, condensing 10 calls and about 20 emails from him. He's insulted that we dared to send him invoices in the first place because he has referred hundreds of clients to our firm, even more insulted that we served his wife with no calls or emails. Big lie and he knows it, and has demanded that we drop the case and fully erase the debt owed or he will personally campaign to close down and remove your boss's license to practice. My boss, in the most professional way possible, has responded basically saying, "Bring it the F on." Hopefully I can update after we get all this settled, but I'm currently having to deal with a wave of bad reviews because this idiot is making multiple accounts to smear us. LOL. Yeah, I don't see you winning this one, chief. Good luck though. I'm on the list, so I get VIP privileges. Have a friend who worked at a mid-sized music venue. Mostly local artists, but some big names played there too. He would often get me into shows for free while I was a poor college student. My friend's girlfriend found out and asked if I could get her into the show as a band she liked was playing there next month. I said I'd ask, but told her no promises. Anyways, my friend agrees and puts her on the list +1 so her boyfriend can go too. I let her know and she's super grateful. So I didn't think much of it until the day of the show. My friend who works at the venue gets in touch with me. Don't ever ask me to put her on the list again. What happened? She showed up and demanded to be taken backstage. We told her no. She insisted that since she's on the list, she gets to go backstage and meet the band. We told her no again, that being on the list gets her admission. She then told us she has health issues and can't be in the crowd. Told her too bad, she can go on the balcony level where it's less crowded. She finally gave up on that and then went to the bar and tried to get free drinks. Got miffed, she had to pay and didn't tip. After that, her and her boyfriend were just really rude to everyone. I apologized profusely, said I had no idea she would act this way, and further couldn't believe my friend would act that way. I call him up to get his side of the story. Turns out she dumped him for someone else the week before and took the new guy to the show with her. Really easy to write her out of my life after that. Oh my goodness. So this girl is insane. Wow. A true choosing beggar. So I was minding my own business and going to do my usual weekday shopping when I was encountered by a beggar who asked for spare change. It was right outside the big shop I was about to go into. I do not ever have any change with me, and I usually try to be polite and apologetically leave the awkward situations. This time, I thought I'd be nicer and suggest I can get him some food if he's not got much to eat. He agreed, although he demanded a ready chicken meal from a takeaway business across the street. It was not cold, I should point out. That's gonna have to be a no, sir. I can go into this shop and buy you some sandwiches, drinks, chocolate, more bang for your money type thing. He agrees, thanks me, and says he will be waiting outside upon my return. I go into the shop feeling good about myself and thought, you know what? I'll buy him what I mentioned before and some, so I ended up buying a sizable bag worth of all kinds of stuff. Cans, sandwiches, drinks, chocolate, the lot. I even chucked a tin opener in there. As I've left the shop, I look around and the choosing beggar was nowhere to be seen. I had been ghosted by a beggar who was only hungry for chicken. Yet he seemed so happy about it when he said he'd wait for me. I loitered for a moment, thinking he might have had urgent business to attend to, ate one of the sandwiches and left. Went back to the shop, bought more of the stuff, and donated it all to a food bank. Beggars can be choosers after all. Oh no. When you get ghosted by a choosing beggar? Yeah, sure, I'll take any of that. Psych, I only wanted chicken. It's something small and maybe something I should have noticed, so is the choosing beggar right? I am an origami artist. Not one of major prominence, but I have a few fans. About half a year ago, I started working on a book, origami obviously. I poured blood, sweat, and tears into this thing. Would work on the diagrams in the carpool to work, late at night, and any free time I had. I included inspirational words and things I had learned at the beginning of every model, a poem I wrote about origami, the whole 9 yards. I decided that I would make the book free to download with the option to donate if the person wanted. The origami community has given me a lot over the years, so I decided to give back with what I could. I released the book and the response was overwhelmingly positive. People were very grateful and I was happy to see the pictures of people folding my design. There were some critiques, but they were understandable because I intentionally made the book more old school and therefore slightly less clear than modern books. That was an artistic choice, but I can appreciate that it isn't for everyone. But the one complaint I didn't understand was, I hate it when the PDF doesn't have a hyperlink table of contents. First things first, I'm not a computer guy. I know very little about PDFs, they're just the standard thing to convert to when using the program I have for diagrams. Second, most origami books that are shared around, i.e. stolen, another reason I made the book free, don't have hyperlinks either. And third, what little I know about PDFs is this. You can search for word matches, which makes finding the page for each model pretty easy. The person didn't get told off by others, but it still made me think. How can a person's first reaction to getting a passion project, which includes some designs I have been working on for 10 years, has 150 pages of free content, brand new models specifically for the book, be something about a minor inconvenience? Or is this something I really should have anticipated? Are hyperlink contents super important? Oh my goodness. Chief, you're getting 150 pages of free content and you're complaining about a hyperlinked table of contents? Come on. Local sale for charity, but in our local town, we do a charity sale once every summer. I won't go into too much detail, but we do this to fund the local hospital and other local charities, which raises quite a bit of money, but this lady didn't get the memo. It went something like this. So the lady was looking at a book stand I was running. Basically books the school didn't sell during the book sale and a few from other running stands. She's with a child who picks out a book and they begin to walk around. Fast forward a bit. I'm confused as to why they picked up the book and decided to look at other stands before paying, but I didn't think much of it initially. That was until I saw her go right past my stand, so I took the opportunity to let her know. I mentioned how the book was from the stand and the sticker label on it clearly said it was £2. However, she mentioned that she was in financial trouble and her kid needed education, which was weird considering that both A, schools are attended by law and free, B, the book had no educational value at all, and C, she seemed to be able to afford an iPhone X. So in my confusion, I went on about the charity goals and such, and she said she thought because it's charity, that means it's free. I didn't want to be strict with the things I mentioned above. After all, it's a local event and I'd rather not start a fuss over this. Yet I still wondered how she thought free things would be at a charity event. After a bit of convincing, she gave the book back and left. I told some mates about it and they seemed to join me in confusion all in all. When there's a charity fundraiser, please don't think anything is free. It's already low enough on the price as is. But I thought it was free. I don't have the money right now. Oh wait, sorry, I'm getting a call on my brand new iPhone X. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, smash that like button as it would really help me out. Subscribe to my channel so you can stay up to date with my latest videos. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.